Hey guys, perfect time to shoot transmitter. I got a freaking itch right here in my damn beard. Anyways, I just finished watching the Asian Mai show. He's a truck driving channel, and how the media said that the American Convoy was a failure. Here's the thing, man. If you subscribe to the channel, you know I drive semi, and my truck's over in Selma, California now for going on 3 months, getting a complete out-of-frame rebuild. So we have a few trucks, and our trailers are all flatbed. But so here's the thing: American truck drivers, we're weak. We're weak, and the fact being is, we say we're going to stand up to this, we say we're going to stand up to that, but the Canadian convoy, the Freedom Convoy was, I think it was effective. I think they closed down Ottawa for several days or several weeks, but in the long run, their shit got towed. They got arrested, fined, everything else. And granted, I hope that this support, those FundMe pages or FundMe sites are gonna help pay for all that. Here's the thing. So back in the late 70s, mid to late 70s, the truck drivers tried to protest, or did actually protest. You can look it up. I think the first truck shutdown was in Pennsylvania on I-80 because of the fuel prices being so high. Well, here's the thing. So I'm flying here. And the reason why I say truck drivers, the American truck drivers were weak is, and including myself, nobody wants to get their equipment towed, right? Nobody wants to get their equipment towed. I was watching the videos, and it seemed like they had a pretty good turnout rate, a lot of pretty rigs, so on and so on. They don't want to get those pretty rigs towed, so that's why they were just doing loops on the Beltway. They didn't, they were going to shut down Washington, everything else, DC and everything, and so it actually was a failure. I mean, I think it showed unity from some truck drivers, and I told my wife the other day, damn, if my truck would have been up and running, I would have definitely went. But the fact is, we should have gotten together. We should have united when they came out with all this stuff. It's kind of like it's too late. It's too late. We've already allowed them to do what they're going to do, our government, and it's too late. They already got a grip on it, and I think that what's going to happen is that you're essentially you're kind of beating a dead horse, because at the end of the day, people still had to get the jab. People still aren't able to cross borders, and so on and so on and so on. I mean, yeah, I guess they released a mask mandate or whatever the case is, and if you go back in my video, I'm a anti-masker and anti-vaxxer, so is my wife, and we were out there protesting. My wife's a nurse, and so here's the thing: we were out there, weekend after weekend, out there with signs protesting. My wife is an RN, and she works in cardiology, and we were out there every weekend. My mom and dad were out there. None of our friends and family were out there except for my mom and dad. But her brothers and sisters, my brothers, nobody was out there supporting my wife. But yet the people at the hospital were out there supporting each other. And you had, my wife works for Freighter, and the other hospital's Aurora. And we would start out at Freighter, and then we would go over to Aurora. But I don't think any Aurora hospital members joined the Freighter hospital members. But the point of that being is, they were at my wife's hospital. They weren't allowing religious exemptions, but then after they found out they were getting kickback from all the staff, or not all the staff, but a good percentage, like a high percentage, so they were going to lose over 50% of their staff, if not more. So they shelved the whole not granting the religious exemptions, or and people don't know this, but some of the, well, not some, I think majority of the states, if not some of the states, Wisconsin being one of them, that they recognize religious and philosophical exemptions. So because of the turnout, they shelved it, and my wife didn't have to get a jab. So here's the thing. Truckers, the American truckers, we didn't band together like my wife's hospital. As soon as they said, oh, you guys are mandated, nope, we should have did it immediately, and we didn't. So now it's too late. And you know the old saying, you know, it's cliche, it's never too late, whatever the case is, it's too late. But I keep telling people this, and I know it will never happen. Well, I assume it will never happen. But the way to shut down this country and to let the government know that we're in charge is everybody go, get your fuel in your vehicle, get the amount of food you need. Get the amount of food you need. Craig, I'll call you back later, brother. Get the amount of food you need. Don't go to work, call in, take vacation days, whatever the case is, or just call in sick day after day after day. If nobody in this country, or if everyone in this country were to do absolutely nothing for 1 week, just stay home for 1 week. You don't need to go out in your cars. You don't need to get signs. You don't need to, get your shit towed, whatever the case is. The solution to this problem is to show unity, put United back in the United States, is to not go anywhere for 1 week. Literally go nowhere. Cops, nurses, doctors, firefighters, truck drivers, everybody, to literally do nothing but stay home for 1 week, 7 days. We would show the country that we are in charge. None of our shit gets towed. Nobody goes to jail. You don't need to do all that. The fact is if we were to do that, we would close down all these big box stores. We would close down, everything would just come to an immediate halt. Because truckers, they say that if we were to shut down, for a week, that the whole country would shut down. Well, don't put it all on the truck drivers. Everybody that sees this video, everybody needs to contribute and do their part and show unity, right? Like I said, put United back in the United States. But they won't do it because, but yet people are putting it on the American truckers, and the media making us look like, buffoons out here. Oh yeah, they didn't really make an impact, blah, blah, blah. Well, in my mind, it was a failure, but it was only a small failure, if there's such a thing as like an oxymoron, because it showed unity. Now, if American people, and this is the thing, people with America, oh, it'll never happen here. This whole thing, although, they'll never invade our country. We have too many guns. But if you have 600 million guns in this country, they might as well be water cannons because we're not organized. But as soon as the government would see that we're organized, and I'm probably going to get this video, they'll probably put a strike against my channel again. Or, probably put me in YouTube jail for another 7-10 days, whatever the penalty is. They've already done that a few times and taken down some videos that they didn't like. But that's the way to shut this down. Everybody just stay home for 1 week, 7 days. Like I said, nobody goes to jail. Nobody gets their shit towed. Nobody gets hurt. You just show unity. And then just like the yellow vests in France. France is the most taxed country in the world, I believe. And the yellow vests, when the fuel prices went up, they came out in force, and by the hundreds of thousands. That's what Americans need to do. And again, now we're creeping up. I'm told, I don't know. My brother's picking me up this week to go get my truck. The guy finally got it all. The motor all put. It's a long story again. But anyways, the going out to DC thing and not actually parking in the streets and blocking traffic, whatever the case is, the reason why they didn't do that is because they didn't want to get their shit towed, right? As I wouldn't want to get my shit towed. and nobody wants to go to jail. I mean, if you know me and you're a subscriber to the channel, I almost went to prison for 3 counts of attempted murder and arson and everything else. So I know what it's like to be locked up and tased. So the thing is nobody wants to go to jail. It's not a comfortable place. Nobody wants to pay, a gazillion dollars to get your rig out of the impound and so on and so on. So that's the solution. The solution isn't going out to DC in a massive truck convoy. Yeah, again, it showed unity, whatever, bravo. But it's not it's not the solution. It didn't solve anything. And that's what happened to the Canadian convoy. Is the people got their stuff towed. They showed unity, whatever the case is, and that's what happened. So, my truck driver brother and people are probably people are like, this dude's a scumbag because he's talking against the truck drivers in the convoy. No, I'm just a realist at the end of the day. It's going to solve nothing. Like I said, it showed unity but didn't solve anything. The solution is stay home for 7 days, and that's the solution. Literally go nowhere for 7 days, and only have 30% of the workforce. That I'm sure not everybody would do it, obviously, if it ever happened. Well, probably 30 or 40% of the people would still go to work because they have no backbone. But like I said, that's the solution: is don't go anywhere for 7 days. No food shopping, no purchasing of fuel, no nothing, no online sales, no nothing. That's the way to show unity. It won't happen, but that's the way to show unity. So anyways, I'm just ranting, just about to get off here and go eat some lunch. So anyways, please like and subscribe to the channel. Ciao.